Fantastic. So I was at the gym this morning and I injured my left lower back. I don't know the exact location or what that's called, but yeah. So you know, form first over everything when you're in gym. And you know what? I didn't think I had bad form. I was just using a machine where you sit down on, but I guess like just my lower back just was not having it today, or maybe it was like too bent or scrunched up. So I messed it up. But I'm deciding to paint and stand and paint. You know, it's funny. I can't. It's hard to sit. It's painful to actually sit. It's easier to stand up than it is to sit. So fortunately, I can paint through this pain. I'm very grateful for that. I'm very lucky that this injury forces me to stand as opposed to sit. I'm sure I could just lay down, but you know what? The canvas doesn't paint itself unless you have AI. But I'm not AI. I am a HI, a human intelligence, not an AI, an artificial intelligence. I mean, it's still a little bit painful standing, but I'm doing okay. Thank goodness for Advil. Thank goodness for Advil. So we're gonna paint through this, and I take like Advil like once a year when I have just like the worst headache or pain such as what I'm having now. But that said, we're gonna go ahead and start painting. We're gonna see how the pain manifests into our painting. And let's start by laying down some colors, some paint onto our canvas here. We're gonna start by pulling out some of this red. So I'm going to use our tube squeezer to make sure that we get as much paint out of here as we can. Grab our tube squeezer here and bam. Pull it all the way in and then squeeze it all the way out. There we go. I'm running out of a lot of my small tubes that have kept my paintings flowing. So I'm curious that to start getting a lot more paint here soon. But let's go. We got this other tube. I'm definitely going to need lots of blue here, so everybody. By the way, this series, if you've been following the past couple days, I'm doing 9 paintings in 9 days. But it's going to end up being like 9 paintings in 7 days. They're all abstract pieces. And I call them mindful-less paintings. Mindful-less. And I call them mindful-less because there's an element of mindfulness in the sense that I'm present, I'm here, I'm actively in the moment of painting, which, you know, how can you not be? I guess, like, you could be distracted painting, like watching TV or whatever. But ultimately, I am mindful, but it's also mindful-less because I'm painting in a way that I don't come in with an intention of what I'm going to paint, except for the fact that it's going to be a pretty wild and crazy abstract that I focus on my on what I'm seeing, imagining, and all those things. So that's how these paintings come about. Right now I'm just laying down some really large areas of color so that we got the yellow, we got our red. You know what I haven't been using lately? I haven't been using lots of ochre, so I want to put down an ochre here. An ochre. Here we go. Nice ochre, yellow ochre. I'm gonna go with our gambling nitrate. Actually, you know what? You should use different ochre. Let's see if we can find an ochre here. No matter what we're gonna be doing gambling. So we're gonna lay down some ochre for like a warmer yellow. Let's go ahead and put that down right here for our brown. I feel like my paintings have had mostly primary colors lately, so I've decided that I want some more alternative colors. And we're going to do some burnt sienna into this painting. Burnt sienna. It's an interesting color because it's a very wet one, I believe this was an imperfect bottle, which is why it's so wet. Marianne Sorensen, what's going on? What time, Alexa? What time is it in Norway?
In Norway, it's 8:23 p.m.
8:23 p.m. Wow. Well, thank you for coming into this live stream at 8:20 something p.m. I know it's probably late, but you know, hopefully we can get you to sleep in the next couple of hours. We can entertain you so much that you're gonna fall asleep. Anyway, I hope you're doing fantastic. How is it in Norway? What's going on? What's the latest news in Norway? What's the most exciting thing that has happened in Norway in the past, I don't know, I guess we haven't chatted in maybe a month? Because I stopped doing physical art for a little while. I got into digital. And yeah, good to see some familiar faces. And here we go. I'm getting some paints. I got my green, got my yellow. I think I want another color to start to lead into this. Let me see what color is this. Let's use up some of our old colors. Let's do a Viridian green. We're gonna go with this Viridian color. Let's make sure we squeeze up all the paint to the top there. So we can maximize the paint that we're getting from this tube. There we go. Wonderful. Get that max out on this tube of paint. Another one bites the dust. This painting series that I'm doing has definitely been very paint intensive. Very paint intensive. This is a series that I've been working on, but these are just, I think I'll probably get a bit more out of this one. I think I get a bit more out of this one. It looks like I didn't use this tube squeezer. You know, paint gets expensive, so you want to make sure that you get the most out of your paint tubes. I could get like another little squirt out of this. Probably this one too. Now you pay for the whole bottle, right? You pay for the whole container. Why would you not use the whole container, right? So let's try this out. Let's go ahead and push this all the way up. Actually, this one probably won't get as much, but definitely on the red one, I think I could get another tiny bit, another milliliter. These are sold by the milliliter, by the way. All paint tubes are sold by the milliliter. So, you know, if you have 20 milliliters and you don't use one, it's like, whoa, hey, I've wasted a whole milliliter. Paint is supposed to go on your canvas or a wall or your clothing or the floor even, but not into the garbage. That's the worst place to put paint.
Preach it.
Paint is supposed to go onto a surface that upsets your parents, you know? That would make your parents yell at you. Don't do that if you're under the age of 18. If you're over the age of 18, you have the free choice to do whatever you like. How great is that? But if you're under the age of 18, don't do it and then say YouTuber told you to. This is not like a Tide Pod challenge. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to grab a few brushes of choice here. Choose a couple of brushes that I feel...
Oh, fuck. No!
Excuse the language.
Sorry. It dropped the cooking oil all over the floor.
All over the floor?
Yes, because the top came off and...
Did you lose all of it?
No, good enough. Sponge this up.
Alright, so I'm getting my first brush. I'm going to loosen it up.
It's a mess. What should I do?
Clean it with soap.
But I don't clean it with. It's like a huge puddle and so it's on your
On my what?
T-Buzz.
Oh, that sucks.
It's just cooking.
Yeah, but it's going to be oily and greasy.
Yes.
In my shoes.
I'll put it in the shower.
You got to use dish soap. Huh?
Not body wash.
No, it has to be dish soap because dish soap is specific for fighting oil.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna use a large.
Out of here.
So we got these two brushes
Let's go.
right here.
Let's go. No kittens
Yeah,
in the
well, one
oil.
brush. I consider this a brush in some way. It's a hard metal brush. And let's go. What else? What else? I'm gonna use this scratchy
Elbow got it.
fan brush again. This brush has been used. And you know what? I want to do this painting with mostly smaller brushes.
Where's Scott?
Should be around. All right. You say here he is? There he is. All right, we're going to use this long brush right here. So we got a long brush, a fan brush, and I'm going to pick one more that's just a medium size. Let's see, what brush should I use? I need to clean these two brushes off actually. We're going to use these two. And that's what we're going to do. So. All right, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 brushes ready to go. 3, 4, 5, 7 brushes ready to go. Let's do this. We got our main colors. We got our primaries. We got red, yellow, blue. I want a darker blue. Oh yeah. Hurt my back. So if I start making like weird noises as I'm walking, like oh yeah, it's because my back is in pain. Alright, let's throw in, I think we do need an orange. Let's add an orange here. Something in between, a cad orange. Pinch that off. And then after our cad orange, we're going to go with a dark blue. Oh, let's go with our Prussian blue. Prussian's like almost a purple. I usually have difficulty getting a good purple. So we're going to go with a Prussian blue. And these are the colors we're going to start with. So let me see here. I feel like just starting nice and freely, nice and loose. Start with small brushes. Usually I do big brushes first, but by the way, this painting, these paintings that I'm doing, my goal really is to go in without an intention of what I'm going to paint. And just like staring at the canvas and just letting whatever appears. So it takes me 15 minutes to get ready per painting. I'm just realizing that right now. Anyway, enough talking. Let's do some painting. So boom, boom, boom. There we go. That's the first line there. There needs to be more than one. Let's go grab this paint again. And throughout this painting, I will ultimately change the direction of this canvas as well throughout this. At some point I will change the direction of this. Let's see, we're gonna go with the white. Let's grab our white here. Go down with this. We're gonna add these stripes of white on the left side of each of these. That's what I'm seeing, that's what I'm imagining. And eventually we will make this a lot rougher. Let's grab this, more of this white. Let's go boom, 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 boom. Let's actually add some design here. Instead of creating this like, it's just boring, flat line here. It's gonna go, we're gonna add some brushiness. Make it look like it was brushed. Make it look like it was painted by a person. And not just somebody who brushes things. So here we go. And then what are we gonna do on this next section right here? Let's go with our yellow here. What's gonna happen with this yellow is that we're going to brush across. We're gonna brush across. Let's go bam, 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 bam. Whoa, whoa, wow. And eventually we're just gonna create this like merging color. Green. You know what? I don't know if the pain that I'm feeling, which isn't that much anymore thanks to some Advil, but, or maybe just because I'm standing. So the pain that I got injured today in the gym, and I did something, I'm pretty sure I pinched a nerve. I've never like officially gotten like an x-ray after I've pinched a nerve to know whether this is an actual pinched nerve or not. But if I had to trust my body and my instinct and my gut of what possibly happened, either something happened with a disc, which I think I heard if you have a slipped disc or something, you actually can't walk. But I don't know if that's spoken by people who, you know, maybe had majorly slipped discs. I don't know. I'm not a doctor or a pain authority, but it is quite painful. I was basically doing a leg press machine. I was on a leg press machine, which, you know, you lay at an angle, it's like your body's laying back at an angle. There's like a seat right there, and then you push the leg press up. So that's the machine I was working on. You know, and you consider that a pretty safe machine because your body's at an angle, it's being supported. Your body's being totally supported. And all you need to do is just use your legs to push. But somehow, I injured myself doing that. And yeah, I couldn't see for at least like 30, 45 seconds. Something happened where as soon as I like stood up, like I did like one, I had to push the machine back up, and right after I did that, I stood up, and I swear my vision was like super blurred and lights everywhere, and I was totally blind for like, it was very bright for about 30 seconds, but I was probably totally blind and couldn't see anything for like, let's say like 10 seconds, which was pretty scary. Yeah, my body got super hot. Felt like, you know, like everything just disappeared. It was really quite unusual. But today, I'm going to be doing 2 paintings. This is the first of 2 for the day. I'm not going to live stream them both at the same time. Once I'm done with this, I'm going to take a little break. But those of you that are around, want to stop by later. Yeah, but isn't it amazing that there are people who want to see art on a weekday or on a weekend? You could be doing anything. I've had people come in here like while they're taking a break from class. You know, they don't want to go to class, they don't want to do class. But it's nice to know that there are people that want to watch art on a weekend. on a Sunday for that matter. And I might even do this entire painting with small brushing. I don't know yet, but I do want to fill a large piece of this canvas right now with some, let's go with this color. We're going to take a large scoop of burnt sienna. Just going to lay it down. Let's lay down our burnt sienna right down here. We're going to go, look at that. Look at that, burnt sienna right down. It's very wet burnt sienna. And it's very opaque or transparent. You can still see through this paint. You definitely see the under canvas textures. So, you know, this is just a layer that we're doing. Eventually we're going to, you know, paint even more on top of it. Again, I don't have a specific, like, the vision for this isn't so much a, hey, this is what it needs to look like. The vision for these is, hey, this is how my mind progresses along an abstract painting. This is how my mind works. So this series of pieces is abstract. I mean, I guess at some level, all abstract pieces are like that, right? This is how my mind works. This is how a human mind works. Maybe abstract artists reveal something about the mind of every human being. That's why we're so drawn to it, is because that's why some people could be so drawn to abstract work, is because not because it like makes sense, but because there's just this feeling that's like, oh, my mind, it appeals to my mind in some way, it communicates to my mind in a way I can't understand. So I'm laying down this, I have so much of this paint left, and I keep just scraping it, and that's the goal. So we're just gonna go down, and let's just add this. There we go, another layer. I'm gonna bring the layer down. I'm gonna try to make it less transparent, but I don't want it to be too thick and wet, because if it's too thick, it's gonna have some issues. But you know what? I could put this on the side here. Lay this down on the side, and we can paint the sides. But here we go. So we're gonna go straight across here. Let's spread the color. Yes. Yes. There we go. Spread the color. Spread the color. And we're going to use this color to really just paint the sides here. So here we go. Spread, 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 spread like peanut butter. Good. This is taking my mind away from the painting. There should definitely be some research as to how art can be used to relieve pain. Now, obviously, actually not obviously, it's obvious to me, but not obvious to all of you who I just said obviously to. But I did have some Advil, and I have this like warming pack on my back right now. So that said, there is some pain relief that's not coming directly from the painting. But I can definitely see, and fortunately, this injury that I got at the gym today, fortunately, sitting is more painful than standing. So if it was like an injury that hurts while standing, I don't know if I would be painting right now. Like if it was the same type of pain, but for whatever reason, when I'm sitting, it hurts way worse. But anyway, here we go. We're gonna go just bring down some color on the side. I love burnt sienna. It's like this red, just this beautiful like wood color. I wouldn't be surprised if it was the color that was used to help to finish wood, various woods. It's just this beautiful wood looking color. And I like how when I brush down, it creates like a sense of, creates this effect, these lines that look like the lines that you see on wood. So anyway, got all this color off. Maybe let's do a flip. We painted about 1/10 of this canvas. And I think it's time to do a flip. So with these paintings, I tend to flip them on a regular basis so to keep the painting fresh, to keep seeing this painting from different perspectives, because this is not a painting that I wanted to do this series as a painting that, you know, you don't necessarily look at it and go, oh, this is the way it needs to be hung. Sure, I do add some elements into the painting where you're hanging it or you're looking at it and you suddenly realize, oh, this looks the most balanced this way. But you know what? I think the intention is totally flexible. The intention is that there is no obvious way of hanging this painting. So we'll see how that goes. So I'm painting these for a show that's coming up. This is a series of 10 paintings that I'm doing for an art show that's requesting bigger size paintings. Yeah, as you can see, these paintings are fairly large. It's about, they're fairly large here. Just by looking at the comparison to myself. And just getting the rest of the paint off. Maybe we'll paint all of the sides a nice burnt sienna. We'll see. Let's get past this beginning part first. I like this color. It's beautiful. So let's clean off this brush. There we go. Throw in some mineral spirits and then a little bit of oil. It's my brush cleaning recipe. It does tend to be very rough with the brushes if you use lots of mineral spirits to clean your brushes, so I wouldn't recommend it. The best way is to just have fresh, clean oil without any particulate matter in it and just clean it. I think that's the best way, but clean these brushes really often. So I'm constantly using different colors. So we've got this nice burnt sienna on our canvas. It's showing the canvas, which, we will fix that. But I do like how it's got like this textured look on it. So let's see, where do we go from here? What does the body want to do? What does the mind want to see? Let's go. I'm trying to think of a good color that would go with this. This is like a red brown. So it's almost neutral. It's a neutral. I guess it is brown, but it's a reddish brown. So if we're going with a reddish brown, it's next to the green. So it's got a good combination there around the green. It does lean a little bit purple as well. The yellow. I mean, these are some great colors right here. I really like these colors. But what else can we do? How can we make it sparkle? Let's work on this section here. And we're gonna go. You know what? I could do like a spiral of sorts, where I started here, started center, and then just spiral outwards and around with a variety of colors, and we'll see. We'll see the possibilities of how that guides the eye. So we've got this green blue. Start with the red. Get into like a warm orange. Yes, so this is not what I intended at first, but you know what? Things start to reveal themselves as to how to make the painting. And as that happens, we'll see how it goes. I mean, I might even in a few moments, I might even totally forget what I was trying to do, what I was talking about with that spiral idea, and I might start with something totally different. So you never know. You never know where some of my paintings will go. And here we go. So this is a nice crisp orange. Nice crisp orange. There we go. Let's go bring this into here. I'm going to go paint. And here we go. So let's paint this across. And this. There we go. And what we're going to do is we would like to spiral this out a bit. But also what I want to do, let's see, I want to loosen up some of this paint a little bit to improve the spreadability. So I have this stuff that I never use. It's a Gamblin, it says Gamblin's solvent-free gel. And basically it's supposed to help you change the texture of the paint that you're using. Ooh, that's on tight. All right, so it's supposed to make it more liquid, more flexible, more spreadable. So what I'm gonna do, this isn't the right way to do it. You should I think the recipe is 1 to 5 or 25%. So for as much paint as you use, just use a quarter dab of this, and it should help increase the spreadability. So I'm just going to use a little quarter, what I think is like a quarter. And I think the right way, well, I know the right way. The right way is you're supposed to mix this into your paint right from the beginning, but I'm not doing that because this is an afterthought. This is an after idea. So I'm just going to lay this paint like this. And there you go. You can see the paint starting to move, the paint starting to work, and paint is becoming more spreadable, just like it promised. All right. Let's see how we can brush this up to create an interesting look here. Yeah, there we go. Want to change up area in here a little bit. Get rid of some of these these canvas marks. So because the way I painted this, you can see the canvas underneath. So I'm just spreading the paint a little more with this orange that has made its way into the burnt sienna color. And right now it just helps to create this effect. And I keep saying, whenever I see these marks along the outside, I love the way that the palette knife spreads the paint. And at some point I want to do a painting that captures that, but not this series. Not this series right now. One day, not for this series. So here we go. Yeah, and I like how the pain just in my lower back, I don't really notice it. I mean, I notice it when I start to think about it, but when I'm painting, it's like I totally just get sucked into the painting. And the world just disappears around me, and it's just me and the canvas. How great does that sound? All right, so got this color. Let's go. So I feel like this color needs to go. I'm gonna give it this bubbly texture along the outside. And clean off this brush. You know what? I want to grab this brush and take our Prussian blue. Just make a nice little circle space right here. We're gonna do a circle and then paint inside. And here we go. And this blue is just to create this nice dark outline, but I'm not necessarily, this isn't the color that's going inside. Just to create an outline. A little imperfection there is okay. And here we go. So bam, 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 bam. Perfect. Wonderful. Fantastic. Let's go. Let's actually bring some of this color in. I'm gonna go around and make like this design right here. Like it. I love where this is at right now. Love your art. Love your artwork, people. No matter what you're making, love it. Good or bad. Even if people make fun of it. Go a little bigger with that. And let's go. We're gonna put this baby down. And let's just take a nice small brush. Nice thin brush. We're just gonna go red in here. Let's just start with some reds. We're gonna go with our reds here. Grab our red, go up with it. Actually, you know what? This brush is not going to do the job. I'm going to have to bring in this baby. Let's go across, just lay a little bit of a green line across. I like this contrasting green. There we go. Bring it around. Cross. Across. Cross. Cross. That's just to highlight that section. And we're going to take this paint off. We're going to work this into our red. So let's actually just use up the rest of this. Whatever's on this brush, we're going to finish it up. We're going to switch up our brush. You know what? I actually do like the effect that this is having. It's going to take a while. So, you know, if I'm honest, the real reason why I want to change the brush is because I felt like it was me just being lazy. Because to use this brush takes a lot of effort. What I'm doing is I'm laying every single stroke down vertically, just using this thin brush. And it actually takes, you know, not a lot of effort, but I have to go over the same spot like over and over. So, you know, if I'm going to be honest, I'm probably just being a little lazy. But I do like the effect that it has. Or, if anything, I don't dislike the effect that it has. It's not that bad. Yeah, so here we go. We're going to bring this down into our colors, and we're just going to create this, like, this dance of our rose red with our quinacridone. I believe it is quinacridone red medium. And you're going to get two different reds of different shades, and they're just going to mix together. What's up, cat? So bring this down. Yeah, here we go. I love this interaction of red here. It is just astounding. Astounding. What a word, huh? Here's a good SAT word for you. Maybe I should try going up with it. There we go. I think going up works a little better. I don't know why, it just does. And here we go. Let's grab some more of this red here. I don't even remember what red this is. I should keep track of this. I believe this is a quinacridone rose, this red that I'm using. So I'm mixing this quinacridone rose with our azo red medium. So for those of you wondering, these are basically just two shades of red. One of them's a little bit of a like darker pink, and the other one's a lighter red, like closer to vermilion. And I'm just using these two colors to create this dimension in this painting, this fourth dimension in the painting. Totally making that up. We all know fourth dimension is time. It has nothing to do with what I'm doing right now. I guess time has something to do with it. Yeah, you know what? You could say that there's a fourth dimension to my painting because time is passing as I'm live streaming. Right? Yeah. I am painting in 4 dimensions right now. Like if I wasn't streaming, the time would only be passing for myself. But because I'm streaming, this time element is multifaceted. Right, exactly. So the fact that this is being broadcast means there is another element of time that is not usually just captured in a regular painting. So I actually would like more of this quinacridone red because I like the way that it changes up the color of our red here. It makes it a little bit darker, so it's like there's multiple shades of red. You know what I could do? Is I could just bring in our burnt sienna right here and darken some of this area. There we go. Yeah, burnt sienna. It's a good mix. Creates this like ominous color. And here we go. Bringing this all down. This is all the fun that we have, right? Just painting up and down and up and down. This is the exciting part of painting, people. The painting itself, not the end result. It's the act of painting itself that brings in all the joy and excitement that you could possibly imagine. Joy of painting, as Bob Ross's show was named. The joy of painting, the joy of just letting paint flow from your brush and just enjoying it. Even if you're in pain, like myself. You know, even if you're in a bit of pain, such as myself right now, because I got a back injury while I was in the gym, even if there's a little bit of pain, the art will carry you through. You know what? I'm going to bring in some yellow here. Bring our yellow in so that we can create a much more vibrant red. That. This will probably be the most time-consuming part of this painting, is getting these sections, but I really like the way it's looking. What about everybody around the world? What do y'all think about this part of the painting here? How does everybody feel? All right. Grab this yellow again and paint into our orange. Paint into our red, I mean. Let's just get nice and close to each other, get these nice fiery red and orange lines really next to each other. And red. And bam. You know what? By the end of this painting, this section might even change. It's a very likely possibility. but I could also just leave this section as is. I want to bring in some of this white, and I want to create some pink, some more like of lighter shades here, lighter shades of pink, a little bit of value variety here. So we're going to go here. This section is very paint intensive. I mean, this entire painting style is very paint intensive, because you know when you're painting very very tight paintings, non-abstract paintings, you could be very economic with your paint. And by economic, I mean, you know, you can conserve a lot of paint, because what you're looking to do is just use a little bit of paint to capture a very specific part of the very specific area of the painting, right? Like say you want to paint a cheek. You know, you don't need a lot of paint unless you're painting impasto. You don't need a lot of paint to do that. But if you're painting abstract and you know you want texture, you want the interaction of the brush, you want brush strokes, you're really gonna have to spend extra time to try a bunch of different techniques. And sometimes those techniques use a lot of paint, and it makes it very difficult to get just the right amount of paint that you're looking for on a very specific spot, because you know you don't have the luxury of jumping onto this and then just like brushing a little bit of paint and then spreading it across. You don't really have that luxury. That's not afforded to the abstract artist. So, you know, you probably spend more on painting than a typical figurative artist. And you also take more risk with your work, because, you know, the audience for abstract work is much smaller than the audience that wants to be like, oh yeah, that's a dog. They paint a really good dog, or they paint a really good horse, or wow, that portrait looks just like a Rembrandt, or that portrait looks just like Vermeer's. So that audience is very broad, very wide, and you know if you can reach that audience as an artist, great. It makes your job much easier. But if you're gonna do abstract work, you really gotta hustle, get into shows, and you know finding people who enjoy abstract art, who you know love the ideas behind abstract art. It takes conversation to know these people. And when I say these people, I don't mean like, when I say these people, I mean people who enjoy abstract art. You have to have conversation with someone and get to know them before you ever find out, like, oh, what? Dude, you like abstract art? You like art that's unusual, that's doesn't make sense sometimes, that is maybe even sometimes BS, right? But it's like controversial and it's interesting enough that people love to talk about it, like Duchamp's The Fountain, right? I saw a really great painting by a prominent, or a really great art piece by a prominent artist recently. I think, I don't know if Damien Hirst was commenting on someone else's piece or whether it was his piece, but basically he took a big, huge canvas, maybe double this size, and he just filled it with flies. He collected flies and just put flies onto the canvas. Brilliant. Love it. Absolutely amazing. I wonder if a fly dies, does its body decay? I feel like the fly's husk will last a long time. Alexa, does a fly's hard body decay?
From Australian.Museum. The body is now dry and decays very slowly.
Well, there's your answer. A fly's body does not decay, or it takes a very long time to decay. How cool is that? There's like something fun that can be learned from that. There is a fun and interesting idea. You know what I'd like to do, just as like a critical piece, is I want to make a make a piece of work where you put the words "Many flies were harmed in the making of this artwork," and it's just flies. That would be a critical piece. So here we go. Almost done with this section. This section has been a lot of fun, and now I am also excited to be done with it. I'm very excited to, as much as it is nice to paint this section, I'm also glad to be done with it. And there we have it. So whatever that means about this area, there's no, if it's a symbolism of something or whatever, we're gonna actually add a couple more strokes. We're gonna spread some of the colors around here just to add a little bit of variety. Some more darker lines into the lighter lines. It's very fleshy looking. It's a very fleshy looking section when you're up close. You gotta see it up close. All right. And here we go. Bring that up. 1, 2, 3. There we go. That's enough. So time to clean off this brush. Let's see what else we could do with this actually. Maybe let's bring a little bit into our green to like signify this transition from green to yellow. You know what? We're gonna make these much bigger here. Alright, time for a nice brush cleaning. Get the paint off of this brush before we move on to our next section here. Love what this brush can do. You heading out?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go to the park.
Your exercise?
It's the sun, I'm gonna lay around.
Oh. What? She said that. What?
Yeah, I'll be outside.
All right. Let's see, what's next? Woo!
Grapes.
What should be next? We're gonna go. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our blues and we're gonna create a nice sky color. So let's take a white, grab our white here, grab our blue, and this will be a perfect transition from this blue. So we're just going to go brush it down. I'm actually going to make this blue go upward. We're going to take this blue, and after this blue section, I'm going to rotate this painting. After this blue section, I'm going to rotate it. Do a nice rotation here, a nice flip. And just constantly just taking this sky blue color, and we're just going to build into this section right here. We're going to go build into this section, but I want to leave a little space on this bottom area too. I'm going to leave a little bit of space just right here in order to allow another color to make its appearance. Or if I could just paint like this, like the way you hold the brush can have a huge impact on the way your painting looks, because if you're painting like this, you can keep a super loose effect, but if you hold your brush really tight, or if you use like the non-dominant hand, you could it totally looks very, very different. Looks like a totally different person painted it. You know what? I said I was going to leave the bottom here, but I don't think that's going to happen. It's not happening. I'm going to leave this like so. This will be a transition area right here. Transition from our blue to brown raw sienna. And I don't necessarily know what design I want to have up here yet. Maybe it's just a brushed effect. Let's see how this looks. Here we go, just a brushed. Grab some more white. Let's go down with it. Yeah, there we go. Grab some extra blue. And let's see where this goes. All right, so already got this. I got this blue. Let's keep going. Maybe if we bring in some blue down into here, allow the blue to get into this red section. What does it symbolize? I don't know. Pollution. It symbolizes pollution. And here we go. So here's a question. Here's a creative question. And I treat my live streams like a vlog of sorts, like a journal. So sometimes I might just say stuff that might be, totally random. But when I say it, it helps me remember. But here's a creative question, and not necessarily anybody has to answer it. But if I'm painting and I make up a meaning for the painting on the spot because of what I'm seeing, so let's just say I just painted this section, right, and I saw it, and it's the red and blue, and I didn't necessarily have an intention for it at the beginning, but after I'm done, I look at it, and suddenly an idea pops into my mind. of what it symbolizes, does that still count? Because I didn't have the intention to do that in the first place? Or is it just being, you know, made up on the spot? Does the fact that it was made up on the spot make it not so? Because the intention initially wasn't there. There's a good philosophical question there. Philosophical art question for those of you art thinkers, but nobody has to answer that. It's a pseudo philosophical question. All right, so what should we do next? We need a nice area of yellow. No, I also need a nice, a black line. Oh yeah, I need to flip this. What am I doing? Getting to do what I said I would do. So by flipping this, it helps me keep the idea fresh. It helps me to keep the painting rotating, and helps to keep me looking at this painting in new and different ways that I might not have noticed at first. And as we transition around this painting, let's see, I've got this outer area that needs to be painted. Let's go for that. Let's grab our blue here. Maybe grab some other color that that's kind of messed up. Grab this pink red. Let's just bring these colors down. Yeah, creativity. Creativity, people. And I can't tell for sure if the pain that I'm feeling in my lower back, which is really minor now, because not only do I have a hot pack there now, but thanks to some Advil, I feel like it's really decreased. However, I also think that standing helps it not feel as bad. So luckily, this is a injury that I had today that is a standing is okay injury, because sitting is bad. The amount that the modern day person sits at work or in general, like just chilling at home, it's very, very unhealthy. Very unhealthy. You look it up. I'm not making that up. I mean, obviously you should trust the doctor, not the random YouTuber. But according to research that I've read, sitting for like 6 hours a day is the new smoking. 6 to 8 hours a day is the new smoking. You know, people used to smoke. It used to be very bad for you. I mean, it's still very bad for you. But, people didn't realize at first how bad it was. And I feel like we're not going to know as a society how bad sitting is for us until just like too late. 60, 70, 80 years from now, people will be sitting a lot more. And like, I didn't realize sitting was so bad for you. I didn't realize, your organs could change locations just because of the fact that you sit all the time. People are not going to know these things. So you've got to raise awareness especially for health-wise, for health reasons. It's good to gain awareness of what's going on, what the healthy people are saying, what health experts are saying. But of course, if you have to sit at work, your boss isn't going to tell you that that's bad for you. Yeah, sitting itself is not bad for you. It's sitting for extended periods of time. So I feel like I've already clarified that, but With the way things are today, you just never know when things can be taken out of context. Also, I realize that, you know, people are popping in and out of this live stream. So sometimes I need to clarify things for people that are just coming back in, that are just coming into the live stream. So I do that for y'all. Just constantly considerate of who's here. But I want to bring up this question that I asked again, just so I can remember, because I really like this question. Is if you're painting and you know you didn't have a specific intention going into the painting, and then suddenly something comes out of that painting, and you label it as some sort of symbolism, or you categorize it with some sort of meaning. Obviously, the outside viewer, unless you're live streaming and you say everything on the live stream, you know, obviously, if you just have a painting, you don't tell anyone about it, and suddenly you come up with a painting and say, hey, this is the meaning of life, then people have no reason to, you know, they'll automatically think, oh, wow, they came up with a painting that's about the meaning of life. But would it be any less or more validated if I was to do the painting first and then suddenly look at it and be like, wow, that's what it means to me, and then give it that name? There's a philosophical question there. And would the idea of naming it or adding meaning to an artwork afterwards, does the idea have any less validity? Now again, this is thinking about this from the context of a live streamer who, you know, I share all my fails, my successes, the things that I'm happy about, the things I don't like about the painting, random things, my mistakes, all these things I share, which is, you know, you don't find with every artist, even other live streamers. You know, they probably are not talking about, oh crap, I used the wrong color here, or oh, I don't like how, whatever imperfections. I mean, even Bob Ross had a way of handling that. He called them happy accidents. But anyway, getting philosophical here. There's only so much you could talk about for hundreds of hours of live streams before getting out of without losing context or whatever. So I'm gonna grab some black. I'm gonna grab some black here and some burnt umber. No, instead of using black, I'd rather use other natural colors. So I've been using so much black. Maybe I might lay this on top of my previous black, but I'm gonna go with the burnt umber as our dark shade for this section that we're about to do. You know, this one's a dark blue. It's our Prussian blue. And now I want to go with this, like a really dark burnt umber. We're just going to create some vertical lines, diagonal lines. Brush, let's see, good brush for this would be this one. Let's go with it, people. Let's do it. Let's make our very dark line. And then where does the rest of this line go? I originally envisioned like a triangle. That's what we're gonna go with. We're gonna create some form of a triangle here. Let's bring this up. There we go. Nice little way to break up the break up the color of everything. Not sure how this is gonna transform just yet, but we will figure it out. And let's go. Do I need this brush right now? And that's good. Here's something that I think as an interesting idea. Bringing fitness into art, into painting. This idea of painting endurance, art endurance, creative endurance. And whenever I see some artists' work on social media, I'm like, yo, this person has boundless amounts of creative energy, and it's like very inspiring to see artists on social media who are constantly like creating something new, something interesting. People that paint in plein air and go out there for hours at a time and finish a painting on the spot over the course of like 4 hours. I find that incredibly fascinating, and I think of it as creative endurance, or just endurance for painting. And I treat it as a thing that you can build up to. I treat creative endurance like something that you could build up. When I first started, I would probably do like 1 or 2 hour sessions. I guess like even 2 hours is a good amount of time to paint, but 2-3 hours. And then I would actually have days where I would do artwork for like 5-6 hours. I would challenge myself to do the entire like weekend, like a 10-hour weekend of painting or artwork or whatever. And I feel like that has really helped me to improve my overall, we're going to call it creative endurance. That's the best word choice that I can think of for it. Creative endurance. So we're going to grab our Viridian here. We're going to create a very light Viridian. Anytime I do like a really light green like this, I think of toothpaste. Oh, this is like a turquoise color right now. I was talking to somebody about the color turquoise during a live stream. I was trying to make it, and I couldn't for the life of me capture turquoise, but I think I got it accidentally just now. So Viridian and white make turquoise. Note to self. And here we go. We're gonna go just brush this, start to brush this in. I don't necessarily want to touch the edges of the other colors just yet because I want this to be continuously like a nice clean surface, a nice clean green. But eventually I will have to allow this green to get into other surfaces. But for now, can allow it. Let's see, I think this is it. We'll just go up to here. And now let's go, let's carve it out. Let's carve this out. Boom. Every time this thing messes up. Maybe I'm putting it too high up. There we go. So it's supposed to be this back support on here, but for whatever reason it likes to fall a lot. Even though I lock it, I remember to lock it every time. For some reason it falls. This canvas is bigger than is supported by this easel. I mean, obviously it's supporting it right now, but like as far as the size of the easel goes, the canvas size is a little bit big, and you can't lock it into place. So because of that, I don't know why. But for whatever reason, it causes the back support to constantly like fall down. Yeah, I've had this canvas. It's done me great. I've had this canvas for at least over a year. I've had this canvas for over a year now, and it has lasted. I've taken it out with me. I have. It has done me wonders. It has done me wonders, this canvas, or this easel. This easel has done me wonders. I love it. Even though it sometimes causes troubles, it's absolutely fantastic easel. Okay, so let's see. All right, well, we got this orange color. We got this blue on the other side of the orange. This red, orange, blue. We're gonna make this a transitionary. Let's grab our ochre. We're gonna grab a nice yellow ochre with our yellow. And we're just gonna make a line here. We're gonna paint in a line to separate this. Just want to break up the visual. I want to break up some of the visuals here. And let's see, what are we going to do with this blue? We got to do something with this blue, this teal right here. I think it's a good time for yellow. This is a great time for some yellow. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 12:44 p.m.
It's only 12:44 p.m. And I know exactly how I'm going to lay down this yellow. I'm going to use a palette knife. Pick up some of this yellow with a palette knife here. Not some, maybe all of it. Yeah, there we go. Just all of it. I'm just going to start laying it down. We're going to spread it across right here. And this yellow is going to pick up color from all around, which is wonderful. You know what? I need to get some more yellow, but along with this yellow, I need to add something that's going to improve the spreadability. So let's grab this cad yellow right here. Throw down some cad yellow. And we're going to use some of that gambling stuff that we were using earlier. This is a great time because sometimes the paint can be really thick because they mix it very nicely and it has a very good texture. And then sometimes they can add too much oil and just make the paint work with. So here we are, just changing up the consistency of this paint a little using our Gamblin solvent-free gel. So change up the consistency just enough so that it becomes easier to work with. So just mixing the Gamblin solvent-free gel into this, just to change up the consistency. Even though I'm mixing in some color here, I think it needs a little bit more actually. I don't usually use this, so it's interesting to see what we're going to get. But the only thing with the solvent-free gel is that if you're using like mineral spirits, it really loosens up the paint a lot. But if you use the solvent-free gel, it still has like a thick consistency, which, you know, when I think of solvents, the consistency is much, much different versus the solvent-free gel. But I think I'm getting just the effect that I need, which is fantastic. It's fine. Let's go ahead and lay this yellow down. There we go. Nice clean yellow. Oh yeah, there we go. That's a lot better. All right. I love yellow. None of my paintings I can ever get like a super clean yellow because yellow picks up colors nearby so easily. So easily. And because this is oil, you know, it doesn't dry very fast, so you pretty much, unless you're painting like day after day, unless you're painting at different days, you're pretty much stuck. I want the yellow to transition into this section here. Unless you're painting over the course of like multiple days or weeks, you're pretty much stuck having to figure out how to manage the challenges of working with colors finding their way into the rest of your painting. As in, you know, this blue makes its way down here as well. So You're always gonna have that challenge. That's a good challenge. A good challenge to have. Got a nice gold color right here. There we go. Just scraping it down. And then just gonna keep scraping it down. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to I have so much yellow. I want to create something into this yellow here. I don't know what. I want to build into this yellow with something interesting. Let's just start laying down some ideas. Let's use the red. We can use the red. Red and yellow. It's gonna just look like letters and chicken scratch here. Like there's someone writing. And how does that look? All right, that's different. It's interesting. Okay, and let's grab some green. I'm gonna grab some green and make like a an olive green here. So going into this blue here. And I would definitely like to use some of this green around this blue here. And here, let's take this green and we're gonna go with some blue. Let's mix our nice green blue here. I'm gonna separate this orange with our blue. Just to create some unusual design. And we're going to top these little green dots off with some red. What is on this brush? Whatever's on this brush needs to come off the brush. So we're gonna go bring it right there, right there, right there, right there, right there, right there, right there. Okay, cool. You know what? Let's get loose with this next section. We're gonna get loose. We'll loosen up our painting. So we're going to start with white. I'm going to grab some yellow, as if the yellow is like pervading into these other areas here. And then grab some blue here. Grab some more yellow, and we're going to go right down into here. White. Well, let's take a little bit of this. We're going to scrape it down. This way we can make sure that we spread the color across. There we go. Look at that. That's beautiful. Love this color interaction right now. This would be a great transition for some like natural, more natural colors. A little bit of orange right there. We'll go orange. White again. A little dab of red, just to give it some spice. A bit of a spicy red right there. Bring in some of our blue. I want to make it feel like it's flowing off the page here. Or at least it's coming off the page. That's the goal here. So we're going to bring this down right there. And here we go. So, come down around, bring this, make sure I get the scrapey scrape. Get that scrape down, scrape these colors down, scrape them down so that they just create this really interesting design of this is great to just create a whole bunch of really interesting colors as you're going across, just scraping it down, scraping, 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 scraping. And now it's starting to get a little muddy. That's okay. We're okay with that. We're cool. We're cool with the way it is. Let's see what happens down here. What are we gonna do about this area? I can spend more time on it later. Once I get down here, I can fill in the space. You know what? Scrape backwards, a little bit backwards. Get that red, that. Let's see if we can carve this space out. We're going to carve this space in, actually, not out, in. Alright, it's starting to get too flat, this color. So, you know, it has the, I want to keep the vibrance of all these colors just meshing together to create this interesting look. Let's go, where should this go? Alright. What now? I don't like the texture that it has. It looks like it was like lifted off. But I don't mind this texture. I like the brush, this texture, because it helps to add add a level of color to it. A dimension of colorality. Let's do something right here to break it all up. Do a couple circles right around the outsides here. How about that? That sounds like a good plan. Do a nice circle here. And now let's go. Gonna grab our yellow. It's gonna go. Grab more yellow. Clean off this brush. Let's go for red. We're gonna put a nice red circle right up here. You know what? Instead of a circle, I'm going to go with a square. Go with a square. A red square opposite a triangle. I think I have a cat puking somewhere. What's going on? Who's puking? Grab this yellow now. Grab more of the yellow. Create a connected space. And I think now's a good time for a flip. Let's see what is going on. Where we go? Let's see, where do we go from here? Let's go blue here. Grab some white. You know, I think we really play with this. We could extend this entire section out and around. Yeah, we can run with this. We can run with this. Let's run with this. We're gonna go around. There we go. Around. How are we gonna? So we're gonna spiral this around. Get this orange. Let's see, we're going to pull our red here, our orange. We're going to go right into here, grab the orange, boom. And here we go. Just, this is a great brush for like matching shapes. Like as you can tell, I could constantly, I could just like come down to the edge and just match the shape of the edge of it, of the previous layer. And it allows me to create this like interesting pattern. And here we go. Bringing this out over here. Gonna bring in the white. I feel like now is a good time to flip this. I think I've basically just been going clockwise with this specific painting. Don't always do that, but clockwise makes sense for this one because I had come up with the idea to do it spirally. Not totally spirally, but a little bit spirally. So let me paint the edge of this right here first. It's the first objective. Let's grab our yellow. Finish up this section, this area with our yellow. Hmm. Alright, I figure out here's what we're going to do. I'm going to start with a nice blue. And this entire corner will be a pretty flat Stay pretty flat as far as color goes. I'm going to go with a blue outline as this color transitionary area. And let's go bring this in right up to the edge there. And then we're going to go light blue here. Come to the edge like so. And then with that, once we have this edge created, I'm just gonna use this color to blend this in, blend the edges here. And then here we go. I'm gonna go paint this straight across like so. Right into the red, right into the green sections. What I need now is a nice white. And I would like to add some of that gambling mixer. Paint mixing. Or the solvent-free gel. And here we go, let's mix this up a little bit. Just to loosen up our paint a little bit. Make it more mixable. Just lay this down right here. I'm gonna put that paint right there, right there, right there. Clean this up and we'll get to work. Let's do it. Grab this white. It's gonna fill in our space around here. I want it to be like a super light blue. I'm gonna lay the white across as we come down here, just to fill in the edges before I get too close and start blending all the colors. And here we go. So let's do this. We're gonna go blend in the dark blue. We're gonna go blend this into the darker blue. Somewhat of a tornado. You know what we could do? We could make this more interesting. We could go. Actually, you know, I don't like that shape. Get expressive with it, you know? create some design in this center. Allow some of the blue to shine around. Green right here. You know what? Let this red come through. Can't really speak to what this red represents, but it's there. You know what I could do? I could just take this red again, this fiery red. Actually, you know what I want to do is spread this out a bit more. Add some more design here. Give it some more textures. Give it more of a feeling. Cloud-like feeling, a wispy feeling. Easily accomplished just by moving your brush around, just creating these textures, you know? And what is this green red shining outwards? You know what we got to do is we got to take this red and just... That is way cooler. Let's actually add to this. There we go. I like that. Mission accomplished. And let's go. Let's actually add. We take a smaller brush here. We got to go around this central area that's like this green. It's just so flat. It's like this random little flat green area, and it just doesn't work. So we're gonna put some yellow into it. You know what? I'm actually going to lay this on top of this area too. Give it some extra streaks of red. Some noticeable streaks of red here. Swirly fire. Take some white on, cross. Some more red. Get the crossover effect here. Red, red. Cross it over. Some white. Cross it over. mix this with the red again. Let's go like that, red. Red, red. Here we go. Check out where we're at. We're in a good spot here. We're in a good spot. Let's crosshatch this. Okay. I would like to tackle this little section, but I feel like I should tackle this. I'd like to tackle this one, but I feel like the best one to tackle is this one. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna paint the scene. Let's paint the scene here. I'm gonna go. Let's aim for some blades of grass. We're gonna take our dark green here and then mix it with some of our yellow here, and I guess that's just going to give us a viridian. I want to use our scratchy brush. We're just going to go down here and get like this grassy effect. Let's grab some yellow, grab that. Gonna give it this overgrown grass texture here. And then let's go. With the scene, is that what we're doing? And then we're going to go with nice red sky. Let's go ahead with the red sky here. Nice painterly red sky. What is that? Paint that's stuck or what? Oh no. Can you believe that? It is a staple. Or something. Yep. The staple came all the way through. Fortunately, I like things like this, but either way, it shouldn't be like that. For those of you wondering, this canvas is from a company called Arteza. Let's grab a little bit of white, not a little bit, a lot of white. We're gonna paint this into a sky right here. Go across. A little bit more white. We're gonna bring this down. It's gonna help create the atmosphere. And here we go. All right. Let's go with a nice blue, grayed blue, which in order to do that, I want to grab our nice grayed blue. I'm just going to color into this grass here. Actually, we could take this white, take this gray blue, take more of this blue, gray it out, use some red. Grab our red to make it a little bit more gray. Grab some more of this color. Oh wait, I just noticed that you can't see what I'm painting. How bad is that? That's horrible. All right. We're gonna go add the rest of this color, just lay it down, and we're gonna maneuver it, lay it down here. Let's go grab this color here. We're gonna go boom and boom. There we go. That's pretty interesting, right? Yeah, that makes it interesting. And you know what? How we're gonna make it even more interesting? We're gonna go with a smaller brush. And we're gonna take a smaller brush, and we're just gonna go into it. Lay down the colors. Smaller brush, lay down some colors. So I am in fact aiming to do 2 of these today, but I'm going to take a break after this one. Let's see what else we could do with this. Go blue down the other side. Blue down the other side. Grab this blue down the other side. Blue down the other side. Grab some more blue. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam. Alright, just bring it down. Now let's see. Okay. Now what we're going to do is go into the sky. We're going to create circles. Circles in the sky. Let's grab this yellow actually. We're going to go make it more yellow in nature. That definitely makes it a little bit more interesting there. Let's grab our nice pure red here. Just gonna go up and out, up and out. We are definitely due for another flip here. We are due for a flip. This is good, this is good. All right, almost done with this piece. Let's see, all right, where do we go, where do we go? I do want to grab our scratchy brush and just add a little bit of design, scratchy design into here. I think it gives a little bit gives a little bit more of a design here. So let's see, where do we go from this? You know what? We're gonna paint this and then rotate it and paint this. That's the plan. But now what should we do? What should we do? The opposite of yellow. I mean, we've got the warm colors. Just trying to find some good color balance choices here. I've got this dark blue, a lot of green here. Blues, very dominant. We've got this huge chunk of red right in the middle. Red and yellow, a lot of warm colors. Very cool. It's well balanced. I feel like the colors are well balanced, but I need to find some way to spice it up. Let me lay down the rest of this color here. Let's see. I feel like we would do all right if we actually continue with this concept here. No, 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 no. I got it. I know what we're doing. Actually, spoke too soon. Do I got it? Do I got it or do I not got it? Oh, you know what? I got it. I got it. Here we go. we're just going to create a series of lines, diagonal lines, dark diagonal lines. We're going to do dark diagonal lines right there. Dark diagonal lines. And then let's go. Continue breaking this up with some dark diagonal lines. Like, I feel like with these pieces, I can't just go with a huge, big, bright single color. I have to switch it up. Now once I have this, it's a lot of space to add color. Dark line. Let's go down and make sure that we just get the color down. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 1:58 p.m.
1:58 p.m. So I'll probably be finished within the next hour. And after that, I'm going to take a break. And this section up here, I'm going to go blue. I'm going to go nice deep blue with this. In this next section, we're going to go lighter blue. We're going to have this contrasting blue here. All right, here we go. We'll make this white. Bring in this blue into our lighter blue area. We'll make this whiter. Lighter. And let's go ahead and paint this in. Add more. And one final touch of this. And how do we transition this color? Maybe we can actually add a white right into here, just straight up white. I mean, you know, it's gonna have some blue in it, simply because that's the color I've been using and I'm not cleaning my brush in between this. But at least we could get something nice and a nice color in here. Nice transitionary color. We'll continue to build this color up, lighter and lighter, straight across. Grab some more of this. Let's clean this brush off. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we can how close to white we can get if we just paint this in. I don't think we're ever gonna get a total clear white because of the way I painted this. A lot of the wet paint is still wet, but at least we can mold and maneuver. There we go. That's all right. Just getting a little bit of that side color. This could probably, a couple areas here could probably use some of this. right, one more section. And I think with this piece, I'm actually happy with it as far as I don't feel like too much more needs to be done. You know, once I'm finished painting this section, I will feel like this is a complete work. Although sometimes, you know, I might feel like, hey, I should, you know, add more stuff or do more. But I feel good about this one. I feel good about this one and where we have taken it. And let's see where to go, where to go. Clean off this brush. Yeah. Give it another flip. Let's see, what do we do in this top corner here? Let's paint a nice clean white. Have all this white right here. We're just going to paint this over here. It's nice and spreadable. We might have to use our palette knife a little bit to scrape and add. Scrape and add. Do a nice scrape. And add. It's a good way to make sure your paint gets around the whole canvas. Grab this again, add a bit more. I think now's a good time to just start filling in these edges. And here's what we're going to do about these pieces. We're just going to keep upward, downward motions to get this See how that looks. All right, let's go over here. Let's see, what do we do now? Scout. Hey. You alright? Oh. It's moved. Grab this blue. Just gonna make sure that we get up into these clouds right here. They're not really clouds, but you know, just want to push away some of the color. I guess that's interesting. This fuzzy design, this fuzzy color design here. Needs some symbolism. So I'm going to clean up this big brush that I got right now. I'm going to grab a small brush. So done with these bigger brushes. And we're going to take a small brush. What are we going to do? What are we going to do with this corner here? Grab our red. Grab our red. We're gonna go up, 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 up. Grab some more red. Up, 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 up. We're gonna grab our orange. Got a nice orange with this red. There we go. Up, 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 up. Let's grab some yellow here. What's going on? What are you doing? And with our yellow, we're going to go across. Cross, 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 cross. Grab some more yellow. Go cross, 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 cross. And then more yellow. Cross, 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 cross. And let's see, what do we do next? Let's go grab some of our greens here. We're gonna grab this green right here. Just gonna juxtapose this in with our lighter colors. So up, 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 up. I gotta say it when I do it because it makes it easier. Go up. I'm gonna grab this other green here. Maybe lighten it up with the yellow. We're gonna go up, up. Let's grab this white. Lay it down a little bit. Lay it down. Lighten it up a little bit. Mix it with some other colors. Let's go across. Boom, boom. Hope it doesn't disappear too much. It is definitely disappearing a little bit because the value is pretty close to the value that's below it. That's all right. Let's go white. White across. White, white, white across, white across, white across. Let's see. Still need to fill in the rest of that space. So let's actually bring back our red. I'll lay our red down right here. Get some yellow. There we go. Up with it. Yellow. Boom. 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 Not sure if I'm liking this. I don't know. Maybe we will find out later. Grab this red. Red and green, baby. Red and green is such a amazing color combination. I love it. I love a red and green color combo. And let's see. All right. Well, we got something. Got a nice color painting. And we're going to call it this one complete. And we might be back in a couple of hours to do our next one. But actually, I got so much paint on this. I want to do something else to this. We should go. Let's go down, 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 down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or maybe I can create an edge around this. and create an edge around this piece right here. Boom, 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 boom. All right, and I think we're done. We are finished with this piece for now. Let's see what it looks like all together. Can I even fit this whole thing in the camera right now? Probably not. I think my camera. Oh yeah, there we go. Almost. Almost. Pretty much see the whole thing. So we got a bunch of ideas wrapped into one. And there we go. We got a painting, people. We have a painting. Or at least something that looks like one, right? Okay, clean off this brush and let's call this one finished. And just in case I don't come back later to this, I am going to put a lid on this. Just in case. I have a very busy week ahead. My goal was to do a painting, one of these paintings a day. But since I had an unplanned, extra busy week ahead, I mean it's planned now, but when I originally came up with this idea of doing a painting a day for 9 days, or finishing 9 paintings in 9 days, I did not expect this to all come up. So I've now decided that I am going to use the time and hopefully knock out an extra painting today. That way I don't miss a day. But here we are finished for this piece. And we're finished. So we'll be back another time. But those of you who are here, thanks for tuning in for this. And we'll be back another time. Take care, everybody.